For decades, stealth technology has stood as the crown jewel of air dominance. Aircraft shaped to evade radar, coated to absorb microwaves, designed so that missiles can't see them until it's too late. But what if there was a way to look past stealth altogether? What if a radar system could use the weird rules of quantum physics to detect aircraft, missiles, even drones, regardless of how carefully they've hidden? China claims it is developing such a system, the world's first quantum radar. If successful, that innovation could overturn the stealth advantages held by the US, Russia, and others, changing how air and naval warfare operate forever. In this video, we'll dive into what quantum radar is, how it differs from traditional radar, what China has revealed, what challenges still stand, and whether stealth is truly doomed in the quantum era. To appreciate the stakes, we must understand how stealth works. Traditional radar detection relies on sending radio waves that bounce off a target and return to the sender. Stealth aircraft reduce their radar signature by shaping surfaces to deflect energy away, hiding engines, using radar-absorbent materials, and flying altitude and attack profiles that minimize exposure. Against conventional radar, many stealth designs make detection difficult until close range. But conventional radar has inherent vulnerabilities: frequency bands that penetrate stealth, passive sensors, long-wavelength radars, and advanced fusion techniques. Stealth is not invincible. It's a game of trade-offs. What quantum radar promises is a fundamentally different detection method, not by bouncing waves off the target, but by exploiting quantum entanglement and photon correlation in ways that leave less room for stealth to hide behind. Quantum radar operates on principles of quantum mechanics, particularly quantum entanglement. At its simplest, a transmitter sends one photon of an entangled pair toward a target and retains its twin. If the returning photon, reflected off the target, can be measured and correlated with the twin, the system detects the target even in the presence of noise or intentional jamming. Because of quantum correlation, the system can distinguish returning signal photons from background clutter more effectively than classical radar, even at much lower power. This process could allow target detection over stealth coatings, since the quantum properties are not easily masked by traditional absorption or reflection techniques. Moreover, quantum radar may be less susceptible to certain electronic warfare tactics like jamming or deception, since the correlation between entangled photons is intrinsic and not easily mimicked by spoofed signals. Over recent years, China's scientific community and state media have made bold claims that their researchers have built a prototype quantum radar capable of detecting stealth aircraft. Chinese defense journals refer to testbeds under development that operate at microwave and optical wavelengths. There have been reports of field experiments in remote test ranges and hints of integration with early warning systems. Official documents sometimes mention quantum echo, detection, or twin photon, correlation radar, and patents have been filed by Chinese research institutes describing entangled photon generation and detection in cluttered environments. These steps suggest real investment rather than mere speculation. Still, China has not released publicly verified demonstrations wherein a stealth aircraft was reliably detected at combat ranges, and many details remain classified or vague. While China has taken the loudest stance on quantum radar, it is far from the only nation in the race. The United States, Canada, and several European countries have their own classified or semi-public programs aimed at harnessing entangled photons and quantum sensing for detection. Defense giants and university labs in the US have explored quantum illumination prototypes with DARPA support, though results remain mostly behind closed doors. Canada's Radar Quantum Innotech program has demonstrated short-range targets detected in controlled conditions using quantum signal correlation. In Europe, research groups in Germany and the UK have begun investigating how quantum radar could merge with passive systems and infrared detection to bypass stealth without relying on high-power emissions. Even Russia has hinted that quantum detection concepts are in early study phases. The shared motivation is clear. The first nation to field a reliable quantum radar gains not just a radar, but a strategic advantage over every stealth fleet on Earth. The question now is not whether only China can develop it, but which country will prove it first, and how fast others will scramble to respond. Even if quantum radar becomes functional, the question remains: is stealth doomed? The answer is likely no, but the balance will shift. Stealth aircraft may still avoid detection at certain angles or ranges, especially when quantum systems are degraded by distance, weather, or geographic obstacles. Aircraft designers may evolve new countermeasures: frequency agility, quantum-resistant coatings, actively modulated electromagnetic fields, and maneuver tactics. In effect, stealth and quantum radar may enter an arms race akin to radar versus stealth. Quantum radar also may not detect small, low RCS drones or cruise missiles depending on power and scaling constraints. So, stealth may survive in niche domains, but its dominance in contested zones could be challenged. If China succeeds in deploying functional quantum radar systems at scale, the implications are profound. US and allied stealth aircraft might lose the sanctuary they've enjoyed. Adversaries would need to invest heavily in counter-detection, electronic warfare, decoys, and saturation tactics. Naval ships using low observable features may become more vulnerable. The defense industrial base would shift investments toward quantum-hardened platforms, agile sensing fusion, and counter-quantum techniques. In crisis, the side that can see first, not the side that can hide best, may gain advantage. Allies may abandon stealth-based doctrines in favor of sensor-centric, resilient networks. The threshold for using long-range strike assets could change dramatically. Some indicators that quantum radar is reaching maturity include demonstrable detection of known stealth platforms in test ranges, published peer-reviewed field results, scaled entanglement photon sources with high brightness and low error, field deployable receivers with efficient correlation in clutter, integration trials with existing radar networks, budget and infrastructure investment in test sites, and countermeasure research explicitly labeled quantum radar defeat. If China or another nation achieves even one credible demonstration in an operational environment, it may represent the first step in an era where stealth is no longer a reliable shield. The prospect of a quantum radar capable of seeing through stealth challenges how we think about airborne warfare. But it is not automatically a death sentence for stealth. The interplay between detection and evasion will evolve, not vanish. China's pursuit of quantum radar may be a gamble today, but even partial success alters threat perceptions and forces defensive adaptation. Stealth aircraft, sensors, electronic warfare, and countermeasures will evolve together in a new arms race. When stealth and quantum systems collide, the future of air power will be decided not just by speed or shape, but by mastery of physics, computation, networks, and adaptation. If this deep dive into China's quantum radar program got your curiosity circuits firing, make sure to subscribe for more long-form explorations of stealth, hypersonics, drones, and next-gen military tech. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next video. Should we dissect possible US counter-quantum defenses, simulated detection tests, or stealth-proofing strategies? Drop your suggestion in the comments. Like, share, and join us as we peer into the future of war seen through quantum eyes.